Episode 345. We're finally on the other side of this bridge, which marks the other half of, well, the rest of Kiribania, I suppose. It's kind of like the largest gap that you have in any expansion where you go see one side of the map and then not explore the other side until you're partway through the story or something. They do this a lot in later expansions for, I guess, for the purpose of making it feel bigger or something, and it does work. But this is like the biggest wait time you had to do to explore this half of the map from the starting area. And same thing with this one. We're not getting to that other map this episode though. Got a lot to do on this side, including Aether Currents. I'm gonna assume it's just near the main story though. Any blue quests open up? Aether Currents? No. Very calm music. But not when we're in the Fate. Ah, there they are. But of course, tiring though it may be, to come and go from the cliff top, it is easily defended and affords an excellent view of the surrounding area. At the start of the episode, I already have to mute the mic and clear my throat. And LSA? This area is home to dangerous beasts. Not that we cannot handle, mind. But do not be surprised if something ravenous and savoring comes charging at you out of nowhere. Yeah, ravenous and savoring. Well, not that one. That one's noble and pristine, I guess. Didn't even attack us when we ran by. The path to the village is through a tunnel, just east of here. Follow me. Has she been here? I'm actually not sure. I remember she gave us the backstory of, like, how she was forced out of Alamigo and Kiribania and all that as a child, but I don't really remember the full story of where she hung out as a kid and everything. I know she was friends with Nago and everything, but it seems like she has been here before. So yeah, that would have been before all of the Guardian stuff, I guess. Not just Seekers of the Sun, but Ananta. Mayhap there's a settlement nearby. We may not have seen any Imperial forces thus far, but we mustn't forget that this was occupied territory until very recently. They could still be nearby. Yeah, that's actually... it's a thing that they have to do, because, well, this whole expansion story is about removing the Guardian threat from here, so the only Guardians you're going to encounter are going to be part of the story. They're not going to be wandering around the world. They're avoiding the problem that they had over in this part of the world where, even after all of the main story stuff, the Guardians just kind of awkwardly stick around in all of the areas that they were, like, occupying, I guess. And there's like an in-lore justification for that, but it's still kind of weird. The Peering Stones. Makes me think of the Rising Stones. They should have called this the Rising Stones. This one rises way higher. Can't forget the Aetherite. It would be fantastic to get a panoramic shot of, like, the surrounding landscape from here, but it's all foggy. You can kinda see the silhouette, I guess. Before we do anything, where is... what do you do here and what is this place, NPC? It's you, isn't it? No. Though it fills my heart with pride to know that my daughter is fighting for this noble cause, a part of me wants nothing more than for or nothing more for her to come home. That said, I know better than to try and stop her, so I wait and I hope and I pray. Great. It's gotta be, what do you do here, what is this place NPC somewhere around here. And they're usually just like looking out over nothing, like an empty space in the middle. Not looking at anything like specific. You? No. We're all equal in the eyes of Miraz Nun. His fair-mindedness is part of what makes him so well loved among our people. Okay, maybe it's none of them. There isn't always a what do you do here, what is this place NPC. Well, what do you think? Hard to tell from down below that a whole village is up here, isn't it?
Ah, you've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Kaliana.
The Kaliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
It feels like a little bit more than A Realm Reborn, but they try to do this thing where they introduce you to one side of the beast tribe, the society that is on your side, and the other side that actually does the summoning. I guess with A Realm Reborn, they only did it with some of them, and you mostly interacted with the side that's on your side during, well, only during the society quests. But, I guess it sets up the society quests a little bit better, if you include it in the main story.
Just so. The Kaliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Kaliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Kaliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Kaliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Kaliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Kaliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Kaliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Kaliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
The true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Vera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
Who? Us? Yeah, us.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
I did not think this one through. I did not think we'd actually get to the primal this episode. This is a bad time for duty roulette. Or duty queue. Duty finder? Whatever. Maybe there'll be enough set of quests before we actually get to the trial, and we can just kill time doing that. Oh, look at that. Just what I needed. Some blue quests we can work on. Well, we're not going to try to, like, go slow or anything. If we happen to get the primal this episode, then we'll just do it. We'll find a way to get the party, I guess, and I suppose wait however long it takes. No, wait. First you. I still can't believe that a primal's been summoned so close to the village. The idea that our people could be taken to serve as thralls is... it just doesn't bear to think about. This is all Fodorla's fault. Yeah, at least has a feud. And now we have a primal to contend with as well. As if the Empire needed an excuse to start rounding up beastmen again. You have slain many icons before, yes? And please, put an end to this madness. Ahem. At the risk of sounding hopelessly naive, there may yet be a way to avoid a violent confrontation. In the past, I fear I've been rather too willing to accept that we have no other recourse than to risk our lives, or rather your life, to address these threats. Really? Because I'm pretty sure there is no other way. I mean, there has to be gameplay, right? There has to be a trial with a primal. Yet the primals we have faced thus far have demonstrated a variety of temperaments and objectives. Ravana may delight in battle, but Ramu would sooner keep to the forest with his children. Clear my throat again. Ere we decide to challenge Sri Lakshmi, it would seem wise to learn more of her nature from those who summoned her unto this world. Yes, excellent Alfie note. Let's spend the entire episode learning about Sri Lakshmi, just like talking and talking forever and ever. Actually, wait. If I have to do a lot of talking, then that's just going to kill my throat and it's going to be a pain. But then I'd have to deal with the pain of doing the trial, which would have the benefit of not talking a lot, but whatever. I guess we'll just see what happens. If that is your will, then so be it. To the north you will find our village. Sarisha shall unfold all. We shall leave at once. Minago, can you inform my comrades at the bridge of what happened? Of course. Be safe, my friends. And everyone fades away like ghosts. I'll send one to Conrad and the others. Take care, and do not hesitate to send for help if you need it. I guess I can do this now. Mizzy. Weird name. Oh, sorry. I was distracted by the grumbling of my stomach. Thanks to the Guardians, we've been having trouble maintaining our food stores. Custom dictates that any game brought back to the village must be distributed evenly amongst everyone, but there hasn't been much to go around lately. Without fear of harassment from the Guardians, we can finally begin hunting again. But there's still so much to do, or still much to do, if we're going to replenish our supplies. Any chance you'd be willing to help? I guess if it's on the way. If you could bring back, say, 3 Teleoceruses, it would be a great help. You'll find them to the north of here, but don't kill them. We'll need their meat to be as fresh as possible when it's put away. When you've worn them down enough, you can stuff them into these bags without much of a fight. I know what you're thinking, but trust me, they'll fit. Stay safe out there, yeah. One of those times where they call to attention the silliness of the game. A small bag roughly large enough to hold an acorn, marble, or dinosaur. Yeah, it can hold those things. The Teleoceruses aren't too far to the north of here. No need to push yourself too hard though, we only need 3. We're not chumps, we can survive this. Ow. Okay. Oh, we don't have like second wind or anything. We got this. Heal me. Heal me. I guess it doesn't heal when not in battle. Still don't know if we start with triple cast or ley lines or what. Oh, is that enough? As a black mage, we do a lot of damage, so we don't want to overkill. I'm surprised we get 2 stacks of triple cast like right out the gates. Like I think you'd get 1 stack after unlocking it and then get 1 more after getting to a certain level or something. Not quite. Three dinosaurs in the bag. Kinda weird. Oh right, Aether Currents. There should be one like in the village, right? It seems like the place they'd put it for making sure the players go right by it. Never mind. Now we got this thing. You're back. Do those bags contain what I think they do? Yup, 3 dinosaurs. Perhaps it is better not to ask how a 10 tons dinosaur could fit into the sack. Wow, you really did it. Not that I didn't think you could, mind you. What, fit it into the sack? You're the ones that gave it to us. It's just been so long since anyone here's had the guts to contend with those beasts. You can be sure we'll make good use of them. Their meat for rations is a given, but their horns and bones will make good tools, and their hides can make belts and boots. Did you know that Teleoceras isn't even native to these lands? The Guardians use them for carrying freights, but the Sods couldn't keep them under control. A few of them escaped into the wilds, started breeding, and here we are. Interesting. Invasive species, just like the Guardians. I guess you could say it's a blessing in disguise. If they hadn't brought the Teleoceruses here, we'd have one less source of meat and materials for fashioning our tools. But wouldn't they have like just replaced whatever else was like the primary apex predator, or I guess they're not apex predators, but something along those lines. Okay, that is not a quest chain, so we are done with that. Didn't take too much time out of the episode, so we might actually end up at the trial. Depending on how quickly the main quest goes. That's nearby. You'll probably be right on the pass. Any second now. Right in front of us. Right off to the side. Behind a corner. Inside the village. What do you do here? What is this place? Welcome, adventurer. What brings you to Veronelia? Okay. Oh wait, it's actually... I see, that's why I always confuse myself with this. It's not always the same. Sometimes it's, who are you and what is this place? And sometimes it's, what do you do here and what is this place, I guess. There might even be more combinations, but... Okay, well I guess the NPC that I'll... like the archetype that I'll call these NPCs will be, from this point moving forward, who are you and what is this place? Because that's easy to say, and it's also... it kind of also encompasses the other thing of, what do you do here, I guess? Because that is also, who are you, or something. Tell me about yourself. I am Nisha of the Vera, the great warrior, tribe of the Ananta. We are born of Sri Lakshmi, the Lady of Bliss. She created us in her image, and in the doing, imparted to us great gifts. We are blessed with her beauty, and so we have scales. We are blessed with her prolificacy, bearing many children, all of which are female. Wait, I never really thought about that. How? And we are blessed with her vitality, as we age quite slowly. Ananta are born from eggs, and as we shed our skin, our scales only grow more lustrous and brilliant. It is one of the secrets to our everlasting beauty. What kind of place is this? This is Veronelia, sanctuary of the Vera tribe. We cherish the freedom of our people, as does our great mother Sri Lakshmi. It is why we fight with the resistance against the Imperials. Unfortunately, our sisters of the Kalyana do not share this vision. They are obsessed with gemcraft, and have grown content to ignore our plight, in pursuit of preternatural beauty. What was once a temple in tribute to our mother, is now a fortress they covet as theirs and theirs alone. By all rights, it is we who should safeguard the temple. The Vir could easily take control of it, but our leader, Sarisha, insists we can resolve matters peacefully. I pray she is right. Thanks for the setup. Let's not forget the Aether Current. Oh, now to the south? There it is. It was up there. How do you get up there? Without flying? Like here? Hang on, wait. It's right there, so... we could get here from the other side. Okay. We'll probably have to do that, because I don't think we're making this. Okay, good. Never mind. And the next one is going to be way... well, not way. Slightly over this way, I guess. This is east, right? Yeah, that's east. Just looking around for anything of interest. Well, anything that I want to go out of my way for. Not really anything. I mean, this is all pretty stuff. But nothing worth talking to a random NPC for. We will talk to anyone that does have a blue quest though, as long as it's not a society quest. That'll probably happen after the main story stuff here. Ah, damn it. It's nighttime, and this is probably the place that I would want to use we'll use for our thumbnail, whatever this cutscene's gonna be. We do not often receive guests. What is the purpose of your visit? Greetings and well met. We are the Sons of the Seventh Dawn, and we come seeking Sarisha of the Vera. You are she, are you not? You have petitioned us for aid and succor, and we intend to provide them. But we would first learn more of Sri Lakshmi, that we might better understand the nature of the threat she poses to you. A simple request, and one which I shall gladly oblige. In the beginning was Sri Lakshmi. We were created in her image. Daughters blessed with her beauty. We actually got the lowdown already, so kinda redundant. Her breast became ours, her serenity our solace. There is naught she would not give. Bit more flowery this time, actually. 'Twas the Kalyana broodmother's desire to bring about her daughter's resurrection, which first called forth Sri Lakshmi from the ether. That being the case, I rather doubt the goddess will be spoiling for a fight. That would depend. The primal's motives will have been colored by the sundry state of mind, namely that of a grieving mother, who had just borne witness to her daughter's murder. Though she apparently craved a miracle, she may have also harbored thoughts of vengeance. Moreover, the Kalyana's conception of Sri Lakshmi may differ from that of the Vera. This is true. The Vera and the Kalyana do indeed regard the Lady of Bliss in different ways. To the Vera, Sri Lakshmi embodies freedom. She would not suffer her daughters to be bound to another's will, and so we stand with the resistance against the Empire, and give our lives for the cause. To the Kalyana, however, she embodies transcendental beauty, which they strive to create through their craft. To shape crystal is less art and more ritual, a sacred duty wherein each tribute is imbued with a fragment of the soul. The Imperials do not interfere with this holy work, and so the Kalyana were content to turn inward and ignore our plight. I think I might not be following entirely, but why aren't the Guardians stopping this primal stuff? Isn't that their whole MO? Until reality asserted itself and they summoned a primal. Okay. Well, I guess they didn't think they'd actually, summon a primal or something. A fever dream to soothe their aching hearts. But surely they can see that it won't do any good. The Imperials will still rule these lands. Nothing will change. The Ananta will. The Kalyana bade the Vera make pilgrimage to pay proper respects, remember? Those who do not wish to partake in their primal's bliss, will be made to do so. Not while we're around, they won't. Though our beliefs are not the same, we are still kin to the Kalyana. Will you help them to see reason? Okay. Know that I'll kill your god if I have to, maybe even if I don't. Yeah, that's kind of way too harsh for most players. It's kind of Komori, though. I like the disparity between those two options, though. Do what you will, warrior. That simulacrum is not Sri Lakshmi. Of course she takes it in stride. If we do not act quickly, more lives will be lost, more families torn apart, more children made to suffer. Yeah, she's thinking of Gabu. Then it's settled. We're going to find that primal and put an end to this. My sister Vajra will guide you to Janan Khat, and I shall pray for your success. Okay, we're heading straight to the primal immediately. There were no lead-up quests, not really. My sister Vajra will guide you to the Kalyana village. Do what you must, Icon Slayer. Well, I guess this means I won't have to talk a lot during the trial or something. I'm not sure why Alice is so eager to face this primal all of a sudden, but you won't hear me complaining. We need to go. I won't be late again. Not like in Nimsa, right? I am reminded of the tragedy we bore witness to beneath Ogamoro when poor Gabu, cried out in despair and rage, and Titan came forth in answer. Well met, science. I am Basha, she who shines bright and unbroken. Not in the moonlight, you don't. Well, maybe a little bit, but it's too cloudy. I stand ready. We leave upon your command. I command. We leave. You are ready? You look ready. Janon Kot. There you will find the Kalyana's crystals. And Sri Lakshmi. Follow me. Last trial, we fought as a ninja, I guess, against, not Ravana, it was Lord of the Rebel Susano, yeah. Oh, wait. This won't take 30 minutes. No, we should just do the trial. If I do that, then we'll have like 15 minutes left and I'll have to do the trial anyway, so that'd probably just put us over on time. We can do this blue thing if we get through the quest and... Oh, I have to go the other way. Yeah, if we get through the trial and find we somehow have more time, we can probably do that blue quest. This is for the Aether Current, right? Probably. I am not feeling good about the wait time for this. This is like one of the worst times I could have chosen to record this episode. For Duty Finder. Go away, Kagana. I have enough things to worry about. Yep, and just right over here. Actually, this map is pretty small, so there was never really much to do here for main story stuff other than this trial. We should follow their lead and let them do any fighting for now. You'll need your strength when the time comes. It would be in our best interest to avoid any confrontation unless absolutely necessary. The primal and the crystals are our primary objectives. I expected more resistance. Let us pray our luck holds. Jalankat. The path leads to an entrance above. Within is an aetherite. You must use it to enter. Understood. With me, everyone. Where? Where? Just like over here? Okay. Oh, but give me your flavor text. The aetherite is within. I will go no further. Good luck, Icon Slayer. Okay. Oh, not that. Should be in sight any second now. Fancy elephant. Where? Northeast. Probably above. I guess if they're rude. Okay, they're not rude. But they might put it like in that little crevice over there and make me do the walk again. And again, would be a nice view of like the surrounding area from this high up. If it wasn't so cloudy and dark. I guess it's less foggy than before, so we can see the night lights at least. And another one of these fancy, like, primal aetherites. Where are the others? I guess they're already inside.
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still? Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She's silent and empty.
Komori in the background silently shakes her head. Rookie mistake. This is not necromancy. Well, I guess it's like an amateur attempt at it. She would know. She has the title Necromancer.
Only the vessel may be remade. Not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
It's funny how it always comes back to necromancy, one way or another.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alize, have you gone mad?
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
What a bitch.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
Yeah, get him, Alice. He's kind of spitting fire.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
Calling in the assist.
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
Don't touch it. The echo, I guess it works like that, as a barrier.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
And just like with Susanoo, we have to leave the battlefield so we can regroup and actually enter the trial, I suppose. Ah, is there really no way we can fight alongside you without being turned into one of her dreamers? Yep, no way. There's really no way. I knew things were not going to end well the moment she stepped out of hiding. I know. It was stupid and foolish, but I had to try Komoi. I had to. It was kind of an important character moment for Alice. It's really good. In another, reality, if she had the Echo, she'd actually be like the Warrior of Light, with her grudge against the Primals and everything. Something like that. At least it feels like it, with the way she is now. I had to try, and I failed. So you have to fight. There's no other way. Awaken them from the dream, and never stop trying. Primals cannot be suffered to live. You know this. Sure, it's a bit harsh, but Komoi can be a bit harsh. Maybe so, but every time we must turn to you and the others like you, to do what we cannot. I just wish there was another way. We can but do that which is within our power. Lise, Alphinaud, and I will go and seize their crystal stores. This will not happen again. And you, when it is finished, we'll be waiting for you. Emanation. Surprised they didn't make us vacate this room. They actually had the Ananta vacate their own room for some reason. We came too late for Garbu, but perhaps this time, when the primal is no more. Okay, then that'll all be the same. Yeah. Okay. What's it gonna be? You say 10 minutes, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 5 hours or something, which I'm probably, maybe, just gonna give up on recording the rest of this episode today and pick it up tomorrow, depending on how long this takes. I guess we'll see after this fade to black. Okay, I guess we are doing this tonight. Didn't actually take too long. I do like this trial though. It's actually the first time they do duty actions, in a trial at least. I'm not sure if it's the first time ever. Glad these people are on tonight. Oh, Zelwardo, kinda scary. A lot of new players, which I might look like to these players as a new player, but for a lot of new players on this trial, they don't know how to use duty actions, so they end up dying to a very important mechanic. Some people have already activated their duty action, doesn't really matter quite yet. Alright, I got this thing, so I'll put it right in the corner. Because I'm nice like that. Oh wait, I don't want this here, I need, damn it. Oh wait, okay, it's only the one attack. Later that's going to be a problem if I put the ley lines down where the marker is. So our duty action is real. I'm not sure what it is in lore, but I guess it's something that's dropped by the snakes, so it's some kind of magic they have or something. I'm not moving from this spot. So that's the one that you don't want to be putting down your ley lines on, because it stays on the ground. Okay, now's the time. A lot of players die to this because they don't know to press that button. Ah, this is great. Seems like everyone here knows how to use the duty action, so we don't get to see anyone die. I could have thrown in let us die to this beautiful attack, but then I'd be a chump. It's kind of like the big moment of the trial. Her bosom. Beware it. Beware the bosom. She's gonna attack us with her bosom a few more times this trial. Not with the cutscene or anything, but... we will have to use Will again to avoid instant deaths. So it's probably good if we pick it up right now, I guess. Oh, we do need it now. Wait, hang on. There's also a pushback, by the way. Some people, like the tank, don't know that. Or the tank didn't use Thrill, either one. No, I'm not the tank. Help. I used Mana Ward. Okay, that wasn't my fault. I'm not the chump here. Why me? Why am I the tank? Because I'm the warrior of light, I know. Okay, are we good? I think we're good. Not moving from this far. You guys are just gonna have to move yourselves. I guess triple cast is actually a time sink. Like, it's not good because you clip your GCD if you don't do it like that at the right time, so I guess you don't want to use triple cast? I don't know. Like right here, using triple cast actually prevents me from using Fire 4 immediately, and it doesn't reduce the amount of GCD I have. I have to learn that one. Learn it through whatever Icy Veins meta online there is, I guess. Okay, this time the tanks got it. They're doing their jobs. Oh, oops. And I'm not doing mine if I'm dropping my combo.
I shall free you from your hate.
The thing about this boss is all of those AoEs she puts on everyone, she starts doing more and more of them as the fight goes on. More and more fun to dodge, I guess. It's fun for me anyway. You know, I didn't use any ethereal manipulation. I'm so disappointed in myself. And that's it. Not too long. The highlight, of course, is the bosom. And someone stayed behind for a commendation. Yeah, see ya. Kadani Artaka, however you pronounce it. It's actually like an in-lore name that they're using. They're using like the whole naming convention of the,
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help.
naming convention of the what were they called? The cats, why can't I remember this? Why do I always have trouble with this? And only, like, during recordings. I'm not moving this dialog box until I remember. Those cat boys and cat girls, and all of them are called all I'm getting is, like, Monago in my head. That's not the name of the species. That's just one of them. Damn. Come on. They are... Mikote, right. They began with an M. I was close. Not really.
So, it looks like the Ananta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Kiribania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
She's much more resolute than, like, the beginning of the expansion. She was kind of floundering, I feel like, at the start. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamigo.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
Why does this feel like Mean Girls, like, in the locker room or in the hallway or something like that?
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
More high school gossip.
Strange, you would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered. Why do you tremble so? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
But all that's kinda messed up. Not as messed up as Xenos.
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
They got a nerd. Well, I guess we'll find out more about that later. You yet live. I had my doubts. Welcome back. You finished then? Good. I'm glad it's over. We had to use force to secure the crystals. Alice was not gentle. I wish we could have left on better terms, but that was never going to happen. It could be a problem if they get their hands on any more crystals, though. Never mind. We'll deal with that when the time comes. I hate leaving it all to you. Yeah, so does Alice. It makes me wish there were some way of borrowing the echo. Yeah, too bad. Too bad there's no way to do that. Oh right, this would be the last Aether Current. So yeah, we would have to do the other Aether Current Blue quest. And that would be it, because we have all the Aether Currents from the overworld. Okay. You have done us a great service this day. Long shall my sisters sing the praises of the Icon Slayer. Let us bear word to them of Sri Lakshmi's passing. Come, friends, to Viranilia. And that seems like an excellent place to end the episode. Seems like it's just right on time. Glad I didn't actually do that Aether Current quest. We can save it for next time, and definitely would have put me over on time if I tried to do the duty right after that. I'm surprised though, there were a decent amount of players still online to join in the duty roulette. Well, the weather's finally good at the end of the episode. Better lighting, clearer view. I guess it's still cloudy skies, but clearer than before anyway. Let's have a sit down too, on top of this precious artifact, or maybe this comfortable looking pillow. Is this a pillow? It seems like it. There. Now would be a good time to take a break.